Interruption, but I'm David Aldridge. It's a big night in the world of sports, which of course means Wilbon isn't here.
And I'm Tony Kornheiser, and it also means that I'll be asleep by halftime.
Same as it ever was.
Maybe if they started the games at a civilized hour like 6:15, I could make it. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. Wilbon's actually down in New Orleans for the Final Four and will join us later in the show. Our good friend David Aldridge has been nice enough to fill in. We start with tonight's NCAA championship between Kansas and Syracuse. Kansas got here by running over Marquette. Syracuse got here by outlasting Texas. Why waste time, David? Who you got?
I'll take Kansas. I like going with seniors and experience, much like last year with Maryland, with Dixon and Mouton and Lonnie Baxter. I think seniors win these kinds of games. As great a player as Carmelo Anthony is, he's a freshman, McNamara a freshman.
Yeah.
I'll go with the
conventional wisdom.
Guys.
I mean, I had Kansas. That was the one team I had alive into the Final Four and, in fact, into the final game. I had them then losing to Oklahoma because Syracuse beat Oklahoma. I'm going to go with Syracuse and my personal prejudice for Jim Boeheim, who I've known a long time. I believe that Syracuse, if they win this game, can be crowned official champion of the Big 12, having beaten Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, Texas, and Kansas if they're able to do it.
Certainly worthy of being in this game and have a great chance because they have the best player. When you have the best player on the floor, you have a chance to win the game.
But Nick Collison and Kurt Heinrich are great college players. Four-year great college players.
A senior point guard, it's hard to pick again, especially one as good as Heinrich. I like Roy Williams. I like Jim Boeheim.
Everybody likes them both.
We both like them both.
You know what? These are the two guys who have got the most tournament wins all time without an NCAA championship.
Right.
I believe Boeheim has 37. Roy Williams has 34. Someone goes home happy, and then someone maybe goes to North Carolina, whether they're happy or not.
I think it's a bigger deal. Personally, I think for Boeheim, I think it's got to be. He's been there longer. He's had more chances to win than Roy. Roy won championships as an assistant, did he not, with Carolina?
Yes, he did with Dean.
So,
but it's not the same as putting the ring on your finger when you've earned it.
It's not. Now, we've already talked about Syracuse's great freshman, Carmelo Anthony. Given that he's only a year older than LeBron James, there has been speculation in some circles, Wilbon, that NBA teams should consider taking Anthony ahead of James, the presumed #1 pick in June's draft for the past year. Now, if Wilbon were here, Tony, I'd slap him on his bald head for such heresy. So what do you think, big boy? And keep in mind, I've got a long arm.
You've got to take LeBron James, and it's almost as much negative as positive in this regard. LeBron James has the look and feel of a superstar. He has hijacked this college basketball season. If he's great and you don't take him, you're the biggest dope of all time. So, I mean, now you could trade the #1 pick if you don't have the guts to make that pick.
Yes.
But in terms of him over Carmelo Anthony or this kid Darko Milicic, is that how it's pronounced? You've got to take LeBron.
Kevin Garnett told me 2 months ago, LeBron James is the biggest story in basketball. Not high school basketball, not college basketball, not pro basketball, basketball.
Right.
And so from that standpoint, if he's anything close to the hype, I agree with you, Tony, you've got to take him. Because if he's that great a player as a high school, you can only project how good he's going to be as a pro. I think you're seeing already how good Carmelo Anthony will be in the pros.
He's a great player, but Carmelo Anthony, but he doesn't carry with him the expectations that LeBron does. And if you pick LeBron, you sell out your gym for 2 years. And you have to consider that. It's a business.
Money. That's right.
Our next story is one that Wilbon will love. It is probably killing him that he's not here to dance naked without makeup at the news that Jerry Krause is stepping down as general manager of the Chicago Bulls. Krause is 64 years old and says he's had a series of minor health problems. David, I know you can evaluate the long and mostly successful career that Krause had, but let me throw one name at you as a natural successor for GM in Chicago. Not actually a name, just a number, 23.
Well, of course, everybody is going to speculate on Michael Jordan going back to Chicago.
Doesn't he belong in that job?
He has often said that Chicago is home. That's what he considers his home base of operations. We all know that. And they did have to tear up his contract as vice president of basketball ops when he came back to be a player. So when the Wizard season is over, he can walk. There's no contract. There's no final year.
He's a one-term congressman in Washington. It's very nice that he's been here. I'm grateful that he's been here. But Chicago is where his heart is. I think that's the natural place.
I'm just going to say this. As much as I think it's a natural fit for Michael, I think being here in Washington, the fact that they're probably not going to make the playoffs, I think leaves him with a sense of some unfinished business here. And if they can give him control of the operation that he wants to be completely in charge, have the final say be with him, no sharing of power. If they can promise him that, and he agrees to kind of show up every once in a while in Washington, I think there's a very good chance he stays here.
Let's look at Krause. Got a very, very young team now, maybe on the run-up, had a bunch of championships, didn't draft Jordan, but drafted Pippen, understood complementary players. Give him a grade for his career.
I would give him a B+. He was not nearly as bad as people made him out to be, and he wasn't nearly as good as he thought he was.
Way ahead of what Wilbon would give him, I'm sure.
I take no joy in reporting that Ken Griffey Jr. will once again go on the disabled list for the Reds, this time after separating his shoulder at diving at a fly ball on Saturday. But I am also not surprised. Since coming to Cincinnati, Griffey injuries have been as frequent a sight as Vitale at the press buffet. Tony has missed 158 games in 3+ seasons for the Reds, almost an entire season, and now there's at least a month more to come.
There are guys who cover baseball, the baseball poets, and they talk about baseball gods, and you and I scoff at stuff like that. But ever since this guy left Seattle to go to Cincinnati, which was his boyhood home, he has been star-crossed in the worst way. And now it looks like it's just never going to get better. And on some level, for karma purposes, he's got to leave Cincinnati.
Something's got to happen. 3 years ago, he was ahead of A-Rod, he was ahead of Bonds, he was ahead of everybody on the list.
He was ahead of Willie Mays. He was going to be the best player ever.
Yes, he was the guy. He was going to hit 800 home runs.
He has fallen off the table. And then he goes out, he makes this dive. He gets booed a little bit when he lands on his shoulder and dislocates it. I talked to Rob Dibble on the radio today, former Cincinnati Red, yelling at him, you don't make that dive. You only dive coming in if you're an outfielder. You've got to save your body. You can't make the dive.
And I think Griffey says no matter what he does, he gets criticized for it, and maybe he's got a point.
I think he's right about that. The one team in the NBA that is built entirely on defense is the Detroit Pistons. And the centerpiece of that defense, the Pistons' most important player, is Ben Wallace. Wallace sprained his left knee yesterday and will be out at least until the end of the regular season. David, what happens to the Pistons without him?
Well, if it's a long-term deal, they're in a lot of trouble because he is their catalyst defensively. There's no question about that. He makes them go. He intimidates people. He rebounds, great rebounder, great help defender, all of those things.
15 times over 20 rebounds in a single game.
No question. Short term, I think they can do okay. They've got Mehmet Okur, who I'm sure you've never heard of. Mehmet Okur is a player from Turkey.
I've heard of David Mamet. I've never heard of Mehmet Okur.
Mehmet Okur. He's a very, very good basketball player.
Sounds like a side dish.
He can play center for them, and they'll do okay for the next few games. They have enough other players who can play defense. Cliff Robinson, in a pinch, can play center.
Where do you put? I know you don't put Wallace #1 on your MVP ballot, but it's got to be 3 or 4, right? I mean, because he makes that team go.
He's on the list. I have 8 guys on my list, and he's on the list. But I can't say he's top 4 because that denigrates guys who get it done at both ends of the floor, and he does not do that. Over the weekend,
Mehmet Okur does.
Yes, he does. Mehmet's a good friend of mine, and another good friend of ours, Karl Malone, sounded off again over the weekend. This time it was about the NBA's drug policy, which Malone termed a joke to the Oregonian newspaper. You know when they're going to test, Malone said. They all but send you a memo. Tony, you're relatively familiar with various means of self-expression. Does the mailman have a point here?
If his point is that the NBA doesn't want to throw people out for marijuana, then he has a point. I mean, you cover the league. A lot of people smoke marijuana in that league.
Yes.
And I think that the NBA put in this drug testing thing just to say, please, don't embarrass us. Don't get caught. Don't be driving with your boys and get caught. And so we
Does that happen this year?
About 27 times in the same state, I believe.
In the same city.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think that's what it's about because clearly the public, the general public, doesn't look at marijuana like they look at ephedrine.
Yeah.
I mean, ephedrine happens and people say ban it completely, never let it around, but it's not the same.
The league has admitted that this marijuana policy was about PR because people thought everybody was getting high.
We're taking a break, and weren't they? When we come back, we'll bring on the big man himself. Michael Wilbon makes his championship game pick. Look at that melon.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
Iced Premium Malt Beverage, reminding you that if you're gonna drink, do whatever it takes to act responsibly.
America's favorite drive-in invites you to wake up to a brand new taste, because Sonic's serving breakfast. Try our original, thick, delicious breakfast toaster sandwiches, or grab one of our big breakfast burritos to go. So come to Sonic for breakfast, and have a good morning.
K-Swiss. Here we go, y'all. Part 2. Got love for my shoes, K-Swiss. Let me introduce the K-Swiss Needle. You can rock anywhere, anytime that you'll be seen, yo. With a flip of the wrist and a twist, you get a whole new vibe from K-Swiss that I'll never miss. Classic style with a new school twist. Got love for my shoes, K-Swiss. Got love for my shoes, K-Swiss. Play ball! Right three, here! Stay! Stay! He gets you!
Rated E for everyone.
This is the Bowflex Power Pro. Quite possibly the most effective home fitness machine ever made. Bowflex is so effective that we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. You can own a Bowflex with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Call and ask for a free video and brochure, or visit us on the web today. Redefine your body with Bowflex.
Searching Ultimate Power. Downloading Joe Thornton, Frozen Bruins. Access the Ultimate Playoffs, the 2003 Stanley Cup Playoffs on ESPN, presented by Nextel, beginning Wednesday.
We're going to spend the next 5 good minutes with an old friend of the program, the former co-host Michael Wilbon, who joins us from New Orleans, the site of tonight's national championship game. And you're in a position there where it looks like the roof is going to blow over.
Well, we don't have a roof, Tony, which is why we better do this in a hurry. I've got an umbrella in case I need it, but there's a storm blowing coming out of the northwest that looks like Jerry Krause might have exhaled or something. It looks terrible out here.
Let's speak of Jerry Krause. This is a big day for you, Wilbon. Your boy is out in Chicago.
I wouldn't say it's a big day for me. I'm not associated with the Bulls other than having rooted for them for the past, 37 years.
You've been criticizing Krause every minute of the day for 10 years.
Well, maybe not for 10, but for at least 7 or 8.
Right.
And particularly since the night where David and I, among others, sat there as he accepted the championship trophy in the United Center and said, players don't win championships, organizations do. Which, there's a point there to be made. I mean, you look at an organization like the New York Yankees that keep going through great players. The problem is the Chicago Bulls can barely even play .250 basketball since he broke up that team early. And so for those of us who grew up in Chicago and have cared about the Bulls, as I have since it was an expansion team in 1966, he didn't get it done once he sat there and ran his mouth. So a lot of people are happy to see him go.
All right, Wilbon, I got to do work and find out what's going to happen next with the Bulls, but you can save me a lot of time. When is your boy Jordan going to tell you that he's going to Chicago?
That's right.
David, I hope he told you that already. Well, here's the thing. We know that it's not, people who are used to hearing the Jerry's couple, Jerry Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause, should know that Michael's contention was with Jerry Krause, not for the most part with Jerry Reinsdorf. But there's a couple of other key figures there, B.J. Armstrong and John Paxson. And these are people, particularly Paxson, who Michael Jordan is very, very, very close with. And that's the natural speculation. It's just as natural to speculate about that as it is Roy Williams going to North Carolina after, tonight. So there's going to be that natural speculation. Also, Michael Jordan's got to decide what he wants to do. Does he really want to be in Washington? Can you go home again? Do you want to go to Chicago where there's a statue of you outside that building and work there every day and put that pressure on yourself again, too?
I would think you'd want to go home where there's a statue outside the building, because that way when you got there, you'd know you were home. No matter what you had done during the night, you'd know you were home.
All right, Wilbon, set the scene for us tonight. You're in New Orleans, big-time college basketball game going on. Where are the groupies, and who are the big stars there tonight?
Well, David, I think, as you know, groupies don't come to see the college kids. I mean, the most beautiful women in Hollywood aren't taking the private jets out here to see guys who have no money, who have, room, board, books, and tuition. So they're saving that for the first round of the NBA playoffs, maybe games 1 and 2 in Dallas with the Lakers. Famous people here. There are a lot of excited people here. There are a lot of terrified people now as the wind starts to kick up again on Bourbon Street running for cover. But, tonight you got a lot of Kansas people walking around hoping that they don't know whether they're going to lose Roy Williams. They really believe they're going to keep him. Everybody in Kansas believes that Roy has to stay, that it's a no-brainer, there's no decision to be made, and they're not worried, except they're worried. And you've also got the Syracuse people hoping their coach can win. You're talking about the 2 biggest bridesmaids among the great coaches. 7 Final Four appearances between the 2 of them without a championship. And all 3 of us know and like both of these men. And there's no reason to root against either one of them. You're just picking which one you're rooting for if you're not affiliated with either school.
Well, let's go to that. David has picked Kansas, picking with my heart. I have picked Syracuse. Who do you have in tonight's game?
Tony, I don't know. I go back and forth. I waffle. I sat there on the set and picked Syracuse to make the Final Four, picked Syracuse to get to the final game. And now I'm torn. I don't know.
To Kentucky, so go ahead.
Well, yeah, I did pick him to lose Kentucky. But when you reseeded, if you remember, Mr. One Team in the Final Four yourself,
Kansas.
I stayed with Syracuse. I don't know. I don't know who's going to win this. We're splitting hairs. I guess if I got a gun to my head, I guess I'm going to go with Kansas only because I think that they have the experience to maybe know what to do against Carmelo Anthony, who is the best player in this tournament. He is the best player to me, not playing professional basketball right now. And it would not surprise me at all if Carmelo Anthony can lead this team. McNamara is another fine freshman. If Syracuse wins, we're splitting hairs. I guess I'll take Kansas. Don't hold me to it.
All right. Well, who would you, a quick question and out. Who would you rather see win it, Roy Williams or Jim Boeheim? And you must pick.
I'm not going there.
You must pick.
I've known Jimmy. He was great to me as a 22-year-old kid covering the Big East. I'm going to say I'd rather see Jimmy only because I've known him longer. Roy Williams is about the most decent man I've ever met in sports.
Right.
But I've known Jimmy for a long time. He helped me out when I was a kid. He didn't have to. He could have thrown me out of his office, and he didn't. So how can I not root a little bit for Jim Boeheim?
There you have it, America. Wilbon trashing Roy Williams. Thank you. Michael Wilbon, boys and girls. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll start talking about the Masters. It's only Monday, but hey, we like golf here.
He said Williams stunk, didn't he? Hates Williams.
We did all the work, so you get to have all the fun. Presenting the Aquatrax from Honda, the only all-4-stroke lineup of personal watercraft in the world, including the brand new turbocharged 2-seater, the R12X. Advanced 4-stroke technology means high performance and low pollution. So the water stays cleaner, man. And so does the air. It's just what you'd expect from Honda. Pure performance. To find a dealer near you, visit Honda.com.
What's that? Mandarin chicken salad. Is it good? It's fabulous. Very fresh, very crunchy. What's that? It's a chicken BLT salad. Good? Yeah, and it's so big, I think I'm going to have to take some home. You know, 2 guys talking about salads. Kind of,
Grow up, man. Wendy's 4 garden sensations are so fresh and delicious that people who never ate salads are eating salads.
Sorry.
Wendy's, it's better here. And our pickup window is open till midnight or later, so you can eat great, even late.
Darn it. Time out. Hey, why are you shaking me off? I want to bring the heat up to announce my presence with authority. To announce your what? To announce my presence with authority. Announce your presence with authority? This guy's a first ball fastball hitter. He's looking for heat. Oh, yeah? So what? He ain't seen my heat. All right, meat. Give me heat.
Baseball tonight, all season long on ESPN and ESPN2.
The last time David was here, he made us replace the talking mailbox with a golden pig.
Mookie!
We received reams of hate mail for you and the pig, David, so we're sticking with good old boxing. Deal with it, David.
I hate this box. Mail time! Hate you!
Very nice. It's very pretty.
Hate you.
What do you got?
Turning around. CBS Sports says it doesn't plan to mention the protests at Augusta unless they interfere with play. Don't they owe it to the audience to at least address the issue?
I think they have to address it in the walk-up. I think in something before the Masters begins on CBS, they have to deal with it because they would deal with labor issues if it was a World Series situation. I don't think they have to put Martha Burke on live TV and give her a microphone. But yes, I do think they have to mention it. It's significant.
Once again, I hear this thing from people in television who say that sports people should not cover news stories, which is patently absurd.
That's what you do.
Patently
you
absurd.
Do it for a living.
It's what we do. We're better equipped to cover it than anybody else.
But it is possible that the CBS golf crew, by and large, is not, because they're hired just to be golf commentators.
Perhaps they should have some reporters there who aren't affiliated with the Masters.
It's a big network, David.
Yeah, they got
Maybe they could.
Could.
The Masters hasn't started, and I'm already sick of the Tiger Woods winning 3 Masters in a row talk. Dale Earnhardt Jr. just won his 4th consecutive race at Talladega, and that is more impressive than anything Tiger Woods has or ever will accomplish.
Okay, clearly the producer of this show made this email up, because nobody could be that stupid as to say that Tiger Woods winning 3 isn't a bigger deal than Dale Earnhardt.
Well, I mean,
with all due respect to Dale Earnhardt, who was a great race car driver, and I don't know anything about racing, and you don't know anything about racing.
This is the point. Neither of us knows anything.
But to say that Tiger Woods winning 3 in a row at the Masters isn't a bigger deal for a number of different reasons
is
patently
Talladega
absurd.
as big a deal as Daytona? See, this is what I don't know. I thought Daytona was the big race. I thought that was the big one.
If you don't understand the significance of Tiger Woods, thank you, winning the Masters 3 years in a row.
I do understand that.
Okay, then we don't have to talk anymore. I'm ashamed to be a fan of the Detroit Tigers, says this emailer. I think it's pathetic that Mike Ilitch is still the owner. He should be made to sell the Tigers to someone who might give a damn so he can concentrate better on his precious Red Wings.
Here's the problem with the Tigers. They're 0-6 right now for Alan Trammell, which is a Phil Garner hello-goodbye number at 0-6.
Right.
They've scored 6 runs in 6 games, and the only 2 guys in the lineup I have ever heard of are Dean Palmer and Bobby Higginson. So it's obviously a disaster for the Tigers.
This is not the way it should have worked out.
But is it the owner's fault?
Well, they tried to do Juan Gonzalez a couple of years ago. They got a new park. That didn't work. I can imagine that they're trying to save some money now and cut costs a little bit.
Because all the money goes to the Red Wings, because they got 97 guys there in the Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
But, I mean, he makes a good pizza, doesn't he? Isn't that
I don't eat
pizza
their pizza. Nothing personal.
After watching Deanna Taurasi with a sore back and ankle lead UConn to a comeback win over Texas last night, do you think she is the most important player left in the men's or women's Final Four?
Simply, no, I don't. I think she's a great player. She's clearly the most important player for the UConn women's basketball team, but she's not more important than Heinrich. She's not more important than Carmelo Anthony, in my opinion. She's a great, great basketball player.
She's the best female basketball player I've ever seen. And women are going to hate what I'm going to say now because it makes comparisons to guys. She sees the court like a guy. She throws passes like a guy. UConn would never be close to this place without her, because last year, the 4 of the top 7 draft picks in the WNBA were UConn players who were leaving. So what was left?
I agree that she's the most important player on that team. I also think if you look at, thank you again, if you look at UConn's team, they usually have a bunch of All-Americans on it, so they usually have other people who can help.
She's really good.
She's very good. The winner of the world's biggest dog show, Danny the Pekingese, has been accused of having a facelift. If true, do you think they should strip his crown?
Well, here's my question. If the dog had a facelift, who is going to school to do this? Are there dog plastic surgery schools? In other words, now, should I suspect every bulldog, should I say, are those jowls real, or did you have something done?
If you know what I'm saying.
Are the poodles taking Botox? I mean, I didn't know this was a burgeoning field, dog cosmetic surgery.
Here's the only question I have about this whole thing.
Yeah.
How can you tell?
I don't know how you would be able to tell.
How would you know?
But if this was a regular beauty pageant and somebody had some stuff done, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if he was walking around with a couple of 38s, I'd say, hey, all right,
exactly,
but he's not.
Time for a break. Don't go anywhere, because we still got to talk about a special day for the Barber twins, issues for Calvin Klein, and the mating problems of War Amble. You see those dogs just walk around with a 40.
Smirnoff Ice Premium Malt Beverage, reminding you that if you're gonna drink, do whatever it takes to act responsibly.
11 action sports, 6 world teams, 1 global title, as the greatest action sports athletes from around the world gather for the first ever international event of its kind. This time, it's not personal. Championship, presented by 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls, beginning May 17th on ESPN, ESPN2, and ABC Sports.
Miss Lewis. It is Miss, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Could you tell me again how you use 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls?
Well, I just dialed down the center.
With what, Miss Lewis? With what? You dial down the center with 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, cheap for them. So good.
You sure this guy's a cop?
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
City. Out now on PlayStation 2 and coming soon to PC. Rated M for mature.
Diana Taurasi and the Huskies, Carol Lawson and the Lady Vols. 2 top teams, 2 top coaches, the game of the year. The NCAA Women's Championship, Tennessee, Connecticut. Coverage begins at 7:30 Tuesday on ESPN.
Pardon the interruption. Presented by New Smirnoff Ice Triple Black. Triple filtered for a crisp, clean bite.
Listen up, people. It's happy time. Happy 28th birthday to Tiki and Rondé Barber. Rondé of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 7 minutes older than Tiki of the New York Giants. They played at the University of Virginia. Both have been to the Super Bowl. Rondé has a ring with the Bucs. Tiki was there when the Giants lost to the Ravens.
You know they just switched identities when they used to go out on dates. You know
sure.
they did that.
Sure,
Just
I don't believe it's Tiki and Rondé. I mean, I don't know which one is which. Happy anniversary, Jack Nicklaus. On this day in 1963, you won the first of your 6 Masters titles. Jack was 23 at the time. He'd already won the U.S. Open. 6 wins at Augusta, 4 runner-ups, 24 top 10s, including 1998 when he finished 6th at 58 years old.
The 19 second place is always even more impressive than the 18
Happy trails to the Yankees home opener, snowed out. They're expecting up to a foot of snow in New York City today. George Steinbrenner has urged Derek Jeter not to go out and party on this unscheduled off day.
A fabulous day to go out and play some ball.
No. Stat Boy says we're clean, something that never happens when Wilbon does the show, so let's go straight to the big finish. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Hockey's regular season is over, so pick the Stanley Cup winner, David.
Does Houston still have a team?
No, they do not. The Houston Arrows of the WHA.
And I can't help you. War Emblem is apparently having problems at stud. Any advice, Tony?
Well, you know, flowers and candy and long walks on the beach has worked for generations of people. No, I'm not treading even lightly on that one. The Basketball Hall of Fame announced 7 new inductees. Who are you most excited about?
Earl Lloyd, first African-American player to actually play. Chuck Cooper's the first drafted.
Syracuse Nationals.
Earl Lloyd was the first to play. Long overdue. Calvin Klein is seeking professional help for a drug problem. I guess that explains the Luttrell incident.
Wilbon said he wanted to talk to Luttrell about fashion.
What a shock. Wilbon's wrong.
Last question. Win or lose, will Roy Williams cry tonight?
We all cry when one shining moment comes on.
We're out of time. We'll try and do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheiser.
I'm David Aldridge. Wilbon's back tomorrow. Lucky you.
We have time for that Paul Lynch story?